I feel like I'm so tall.
Yeah, you are. Why is it so tall?
I'm showing my dominance.
Shh.
Okay. Hey.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, naughty us for not being ready. We have not posted the last 2 weeks, so good thing we have like 3 followers.
We shouldn't be sorry that we've been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Drinking a Monster because I was in Thailand for a week.
That was so crazy.
I literally left the country. I up and left, and I said, "You're never gonna see me again." But here we are.
Here we are, back in the Midwest.
Yeah, so it's like a 13-hour time difference, and so I'm definitely jet lagged. I stayed up pretty late. Don't get me wrong. Like I did a lot of partying, but I'm definitely like just struggling with this whole flip flop my days.
Yeah, I'd be struggling with the temperature degree difference.
It was like 90 degrees, and I was like sitting by the pool in my bikini, and my mom has cameras up, and so I was looking at the cameras a little bit, and it was like snowing and like midnight, and it's like freezing out, and I'm just like sipping a cocktail by the pool. So I was very lucky to be able to do that. So I thought today we'd talk about like traveling a little bit.
Yeah, we've both been busy. Me not as exciting.
Yeah, well, she decided to get booed up and when I was gone. So what the fuck is that?
It's just the beginning.
It's new. You're like the butterfly. Like
he's so nice, and you don't get a lot of those.
No, I haven't met him yet, so I don't know. He could be a total piece of shit.
He's gonna be watching this, so we gotta be careful.
Gotta be nice, I suppose. I just am like such a man hater, I guess, but
we normally are. But you know what? We might have found a gem.
I think like after my trip too, like I met a lot of people. I met people from Australia. I met a guy from Ireland. So I've talked about Outlander a lot, and so like I was manifesting like an Irish guy, just because I've been obsessed with the show, and so I'm like I was just hoping that I'd meet one, and I did, and it went sideways real fast. And so I'll tell you a little bit about that. But yeah, so I thought we'd kick it off by just talking about traveling, and then maybe we can move into like your rave scene a little bit. Yeah. Because like you're into that stuff. Yeah. And I know there's a lot of people who are. Especially in the Midwest, it's hard to like find other people who are also into that. So.
It's hard to find a good community. So hit me up if you want a community. We need a family here.
I say you're going in December, so it is December. Here. Jeez Louise.
At the end of the month.
Weeks.
Yeah. I think it's just good for everybody to have something planned. I don't know, like go travel, go
something
somewhere.
To look forward to.
It really boosts your mood when you have something to look forward to.
Yeah, because I feel like at the end of the day, everyone is so crabby because the only thing that they're not even looking forward to, but the only thing they have in their future is work. And so if the only thing that you have is to wake up and gotta go to work again, and it's just like Groundhog Day.
Right.
That's like a miserable life to live.
I know. It gets tough.
In like other countries, everyone prioritizes their life outside of work. But like in America, like it's always grind. And it's like I am living to work and not working to live.
Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit.
I just think that a lot of people really struggle in life because they are not willing to, I would say, like have the self-discipline in like saving money, putting money aside, and like actually doing things. Especially because it's like out of a lot of people's comfort zone. Like I was scared as shit to like go out of the country. I've never been. I was like, what if there's something wrong with my passport? Like there's so many things that come up where you're like, I just am scared it's not going to go right. Yeah. And so I really worked hard this trip to remind myself, like, instead of thinking about what could go wrong, like I need to think about what could go right.
Right.
And it was honestly life-changing. I've never had so much fun in my life. It feels like a fever dream.
I believe it. And I don't think enough people have enough patience to wait for a dream vacation like that.
Oh, yeah. And it's like everyone wants to look at the pictures and be like, oh, of course she can do that. Or, of course she's like out doing... You know, I just feel like a lot of people think negatively about people that travel and do things like that.
Jealousy. And
it's like, you don't realize, like, you can do that too. Like,
yeah, plan for it.
I'm sorry, but, like, that's another episode we should talk about is, like, our views on money. But, like... I haven't worked for 6 months. That's insane to say, but I haven't worked for 6 months, and like I'm like literally left the country for a week.
Yeah, and you were able to do that.
And I was able to do it, and so I feel like if I can do it, like anybody else can do it.
Right. It really just takes that dedication to save your money to go,
and like honestly, just setting the attention.
Yeah, right. No, exactly. I grew up in a family that we didn't travel very much for vacation, so I do feel like you get a travel bug after a while. Yes. You're like. It's something it's so refreshing to have something to look forward to. Like, I don't like that my family even does gifts. during the holidays. I'm
That's
like,
what
let's
I
just
said.
save our money and go somewhere.
That's what I've been saying. I told my mom, I'm like, do not give me anything this year. Like, I want you to save your money because I can pay for myself. Like, I want you to just save your money for you to pay for your own trip, and then we'll go on it together.
And if you want to pay for me too, I guess that's fine. But no, I get it. Right.
Yeah, and so I just feel a lot of people have excuses that come up with like going on vacations and doing things like that, especially like in the Midwest. I mean, we did a lot of traveling in state. Like we went to like Mount Rushmore, we went to the Black Hills, and so we did travel in state, but it's like we've never done anything crazy like the Bahamas or Jamaica or, you know, anything like that. Neither. And so I just feel I missed out on a lot of that growing up. Yeah. And so now it's like, it's my choice. Like I have to put the intention in, like I want to travel and I need to like have that self-discipline and like, okay, maybe instead of going out and drinking this weekend, I'll put that money aside. Yeah. And so just being mindful of like where your money goes and everything.
It's totally weird how we have not been to the bar like at all this year. Hardly at all.
Well, I feel like it was a little bit in the summer.
For the summer we did, but I did compared to never mind. Compared to like maybe last winter, like we have hardly done. I mean, we stay in, we chill and play games, but I think that's when you realize that you're saving money for these bigger things to do. It's happier to stay at home, and you don't feel like you're being left out of anything.
Right,
you don't have FOMO.
I think like in the past, traveling was a lot harder to do. I mean, like having to think about like the language barriers, thinking about, I don't know, like I had to like, I was worried about changing over my currency. Like there's just so many like things you have to do beforehand. There's just a lot of things that like I think are overwhelming to people. And so I didn't realize how easy this was going to be. So I actually cannot recommend this group enough, but it's for if you're into partying. So like I'm super into partying, I guess, like in the right setting. Yeah. And so it was really fun, like being on the beach and getting fucked up. And they had like beer pong on the beach. Like I was just like, I know, just listening to the ocean and like, it was just amazing. But I actually traveled through a group called Kentucky. Okay. And so there's like other groups like this, but basically they have these like vacation packages and you just go on these websites. And I think I paid like $800 for the actual trip. So like 8 days, 7 nights is what I paid for that.
That's not bad.
$800 is nothing. Not bad. And especially because your rave was $450
for a ticket for a 2-day festival. Which we will be going hard at, but I'll be in the cold in Denver. Like that's nothing compared to Thailand for sure.
And so that's what I'm thinking. Like I was gonna go too, but I was like, after putting in perspective, like that one ticket for 2 days is half the money that it took to go. I mean, don't get me wrong, that wasn't any of that was hard. That was the smallest expense. Like the plane ticket itself was like $2,000. So like that's something that you would have to save for. But like the actual packages, like insane, like so cheap. And these are like, you can get like a regular where you get to stay in 2-3-star hotels. I got the plus because it was on sale. And you stay in resorts.
That's crazy.
And so I was in these beautiful resorts and I got this, so it's called Island Hopper West. And so we actually went on a ferry and we went to different islands. And it was just magical. Like the first 2 days we were in Phuket. Island.
We were pronouncing it as fuck it because we didn't know.
And so it was really funny because then after that we took a ferry to we thought it was Koh Phi Phi, but it's actually called Koh Phi Phi. It's like PHI. And so we're like, we miss Phi Phi.
We miss Phi Phi.
But that was like the highlight of my trip, honestly, because we're on like the super small island and they just have shops on shops on shops. And it's just like you walk down, like it's like almost felt like a yellow brick road. And they had like the most fun nightlife. And they had like fire shows. They'd had like these neon face painting that I did.
That's crazy.
And there was just so many fun things about it. And I mean, the only thing that you had to worry about, I mean, there was some people that tried spiking some of the people in our group's drinks. So that was like not super great. But as long as you're like around a group of people that you know, and as long as you're like not getting like totally shit-faced, I feel like I never had any issues with it, so I was fine. But that was just definitely something like you have to be careful for traveling anywhere. It's not even just Thailand. Like that can happen anywhere.
It got to happen in our city.
And so
that's good that you felt safe and like you felt like you have a good group to travel with.
And so I feel like I was very lucky. I've heard like it's not always sunshine and rainbows. I mean, we did have a little bit of drama on the trip, don't get me wrong, but it was like 30 of us, 30 people from all over the world.
That's huge.
That got together and did this itinerary with us. And so like we literally had everything laid out for us. We did not have to organize anything, and everything was laid out. And so we had the taxis already paid for, like they got us from one place to the other. We had the resorts paid for.
Wow.
Like we just had to show up and just enjoy life.
That's so amazing.
And so I think that's always been like my biggest like stopper in like traveling has been, I don't know where to start for planning. I don't know what's safe. I don't know what's recommended, what to go to.
Right.
And so it was just really nice because you also have a travel manager.
Okay.
And so he actually was with us a lot of the time. And he also, like, we had a Facebook group where he posted, like, here's, if you have free time, here's some suggestions. And so it was just, everything was laid out for us.
I love that.
I just really bonded with everybody on the group. Like, I was crying, like, the whole plane ride home. Like, I was just so sad. Like,
I'm, like, crying because I'm jealous. It's true, though. That sounds amazing.
It was amazing. And, like, I could not have asked for, like, a better set of people to have gone on the trip with.
You could not have asked a better group of people to get fucked up with.
Yeah, honestly. And there was just so many things that were just so memorable. I mean, we did a lot of, like, scenery stuff. Like, we ended up hiking crazy, like, these crazy hikes. Like, they were the stairs, like, we went vertical for a majority of one of the hikes.
That's
like
nuts.
I was like about to throw up. Like, I was like, I should not have eaten breakfast.
I don't want to look down. I bet.
It was horrible. And like on the way down, like our tour guide called it chicken legs, and like it's like when you're walking down and you're so tired, you're like shaking.
They wobble.
Yeah, they're wobbling. And so that was a little scary, but it was just the whole trip. I just don't even know what I could pinpoint the best part was, other than like there was one day that was just so fun. We went on a boat tour and we went to like a monkey island and we got to see monkeys. And then after that we just got fucked up on the boat, and then we got to go like paddleboarding, we got to go snorkeling, like we just got to swim around in the ocean. And so that was just so surreal. I just really enjoyed it. So,
you just want to live there now and just be an island girl.
They say it's going to change your life. And I said, honestly, I think it changed my life for the worst, because now I'm like just depressed being back. I just want to keep traveling now. Like, I just don't want to be here anymore. Like, I just want to just keep going and meeting new people and making new memories. And so
I think like I can kind of relate to what you mean. From living in Phoenix, Arizona for a couple years, like it feels like paradise. The weather is great, and then I move back home, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
Especially when you go somewhere tropical or somewhere really nice year-round, and then you come back to South Dakota, and we have... Like,
what the hell?
It's just terrible.
The wind here is a bitch.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Was it super windy there?
No.
How was the weather? It was pretty nice?
Literally the most perfect weather we could have asked for. It was overcast a lot, but that actually, I was very grateful in the long run, because walking around and the sun wasn't beating on us. It was just perfect weather. We weren't overly hot. You weren't overly sweating. The last 2 days the sun was out, and everyone was like sweating through their clothes. Like, everyone started off with like one color of clothes, and then they ended with a different color, because they were literally so wet with sweat.
I believe it.
So, I mean, I'm not complaining compared to like our weather here, but it was definitely different. Like, it was very humid, unfortunately. Like, my hair, I had a lion's mane the whole trip.
Oh, I believe it.
I didn't bring any oil or anything for my hair, and so
it was stinky.
I was rocking the
poof.
But other than that, yeah, it was just a dream. So.
I love that. It sounds like a dream. I'm so jealous, and I'm so happy you went to go do that.
Yeah, honestly, like I said, it was what, $2,000 for the flight, $700-800. So that's $2,800 plus $200 for food. Like, food was $1, $2 for food there. It was so cheap. Like,
that's
everything
crazy.
was so cheap.
That's nuts.
And like the funnest, one of the most fun part of the trip was like bargaining with like some of the people that were at the shops.
Oh, really?
So they'd be like 600 baht, and you're like, no, 350. So like you had to like kind of go back and forth, and they're like, 500. And you're like, and then you had to like do the whole like, no, that's too much, and walk away. And then they'll be like, no, okay. And so it was just kind of funny, like watching everybody like bargain with everybody, and
funny.
So that was kind of fun, because you can't ever do that here. Like, you're not gonna sit and like,
don't barter me as a hairstylist. It's not gonna work here.
So I mean, they get away with like ripping a lot of people off. A lot of people don't do that, and so that was just fun to be able to be like, I don't know. It was just kind of like a chase.
Right.
Like it was like when
Ooh, what a thrill.
yeah, so I don't know. That was kind of fun. Fun about it. But
so what would you say your favorite part was?
I think it was just that boat tour where we went to those different islands, and because we really went to some beautiful water.
Get to see monkeys?
I got to see monkeys. They were so cute, but they were kind of like, it was funny because they're like, hey, if they're smiling at you, don't smile back, because when they're smiling, that means they're ready to fight. And so like if you smile back, like, and so I'm like scared because I'm like such a cheeser. I'm like, do I have to walk around like with a mask on, like, because I don't want to be smiling at them? But
that's too funny.
It was actually horrible. One of the girls on the trip, she like cut her foot on a rock and it started bleeding, and this monkey started eating her blood. It was horrible. I was like, this is like from a horror movie or something. I was like traumatized.
But monkeys will eat anything, I guess. That's crazy.
But you have to be careful because they'll steal your shit. Like they tell you, they're like, don't bring anything off the boat. Like just bring yourself and maybe your phone, but like keep it tucked away, because like they'll try and steal all your shit. Like if you have a bag, they'll rip your bag off your back, and they'll like go through it looking for food.
Oh, bastards.
Yeah, so I'm like, as cute as they were, like, and then they were like, hey, by the way, also, if you get bit, you have to go to the hospital for a rabies shot immediately. And like, they're like, it's a lot of money. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And so I was kind of nervous, but.
That's crazy. Did you see pigs at all?
No.
Oh, I don't know if pigs were a thing over there.
I don't know, honestly. But we did go to an elephant. I should have said my favorite part was the elephant sanctuary. I just don't even know why I didn't say that. Yeah. That's like the whole reason I went to Thailand was to go see the elephants. But we went to an elephant sanctuary, and we got to feed them, and we just got to walk around and see them in their element. And,
is there a ton of them?
Oh, there was so many of them, and they were so beautiful, and they were just like big, gentle giants. I know they talk about like careful elephants are like could be very aggressive and like tomboy like on you, but they were like older elephants. And they were like rescues, and so you could see like marks on some of their legs, like where they were chained up, and they had like a lot of like battle wounds from like just poor treatment. And so like this sanctuary like ends up like rescuing these elephants and like lets them live their best life. And so yeah, I was very happy that we went to like an ethical elephant sanctuary.
I love that,
because otherwise there was like some where you get to bathe with them, which sounds so magical, and I love all that, but it's just best to let them be in their element. Yeah. And like you can give them food, I think that's fine. But like anything else, it's like we just gotta leave them alone. Yeah. So
no, that's super cool. You get to feed them. They were happy.
They were so cute.
I love that.
I know. I like the cutest pictures too. And I was just on top of the world. That was unfortunately the last day, and so I couldn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to because I was just in the back of my mind. I'm like, we're leaving to the airport after this, and then I have a 7-hour flight, and then I have a 15-hour after that, and then another 2, and a 6-hour layover. So I'm like, I just had it was a long journey there and a long journey back.
How many hours did it take you to get there?
Yeah, it was like we went to Chicago. Like total? Yeah, so it was like 2 plus 15, 17 plus another 7. So
I don't know, from like 25 hours.
Yeah, it was plus like the layovers and stuff. Like it was like a 2-day travel.
Like 40
and then
hours
we also had that 13-hour time difference too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so it was definitely.
I was trying to find your time zone on my world clock, but I didn't know what time zone you were in.
I think it's like under Bangkok. I think. I don't know. I don't know. I was like, honestly, time wasn't real for me there. Like, I actually lost my phone a few times. When I get super drunk, I like have to hand like my phone, and my wallet to other people because otherwise I'll lose it, I'll forget it. And
that's so funny.
I was so lucky. My phone always found its way back to me, but I would just like leave it on the table at a restaurant. I'm like, why do I do that? Like,
what are you doing, girl?
I'm just
what doing?
Loving life so much.
Yeah,
I never even thought about it. So.
I've done that at a music festival last year. Me and this guy. Nice.
No way. That's terrible.
Lisa wasn't on the mic.
Yeah, no mic.
So silly.
That is so silly.
That Kyle in you is coming out. I always say that when I drink Monster, that Kyle's coming out.
Kyle's coming out.
Kyle's coming out. There's always these bits about these guys named Kyle that drink Monsters. And
that's funny.
Kyle's coming out. It's built on you. I was at a music festival, and I left my phone on the ground. And it turns out that the couple next to us that were laying on the ground, once I left, they picked it up and brought it to Lost and Found.
Aww.
I'm like, that's so nice that people can actually like be like forgive it or like not steal your shit.
So actually, the first day we got there, I was so exhausted we got there at like the middle of the night. I was so exhausted from all the traveling.
Right.
I forgot my raincoat with my AirPods in it in the taxi.
That's crazy.
And so I was watching my AirPods go all over like
The
Phuket,
city.
and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, it's stolen for sure. But then I ended up talking to the front desk, and they ended up tracking him down, and he bought it back.
That's so nice.
I was like, what a way to start the trip.
Oh my god,
like,
with a heart attack.
I just like lose stuff constantly. It's ridiculous.
What time did you go to bed that night?
I don't even know.
You know.
I was so out of it. I think I like literally just like laid in bed and just passed out. But we had like everything was free breakfast in the morning, so that like also saved a lot of money. Like we just got
nice continental fucks.
I love it.
Continental breakfast fucks.
And so yeah, I just could not rave more about a trip. And so I would check out Kentucky.
Is this necklace from there?
Oh, yeah, I got like some dresses, and I got some fun little. This is a starfish on it.
Yep.
So I got this necklace, and I'm like never taking it off.
It's so cute. It looks good on you.
Thank you. So yeah, I cannot rave about Kentucky enough. So I feel like if you've ever thought about traveling but don't know where to start, you can go by yourself, and you're still going to be with 30 other people, and so you'll never feel alone, and you'll have a roommate to stay with. And so Kentucky, and they have amazing packages, and they go all over the world. So.
Noting it down.
And so I would recommend that for sure.
That's super exciting. I've never been out of the country. It's on my goals. It's on my goal list. God, I've never even been in the ocean. Like, that's so embarrassing.
It was crazy.
I know. Sure. Yeah, that's so exciting.
So, yeah. And I don't know. That's about it for my trip, I guess. I mean, I was thinking about maybe another episode I'll have somebody, like, I have a friend that's in Australia that I was like, yeah, you can maybe join us, and we can kind of talk about go into the drama of the trip.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that would be kind of fun.
Yeah,
We won't get into the drama this time.
Oh, okay. I think that sounds so exciting, and I'm so glad that you got to go experience that.
If you would travel out of the country, where would you want to go? Do you know?
I want to go somewhere with mountains, which I love Thailand. I would have gone there too. It would have been my number one. Or Hawaii. I've never even been there. But I went out of the country, Mom.
I mean,
I would go somewhere with more mountains. Like, I really want to go to Switzerland and see the Alps. I think that'd be really pretty.
Yes.
Somewhere hiking for sure.
I think New Zealand, is on one of my bucket lists.
Yeah.
Go there. I think that one would be really pretty.
Right.
I think I would do like Australia and New Zealand together.
Right. I would totally do Australia. That'd be so sick.
I know. Well, I have people that know we can stay with now. So.
Yeah, right. That's
I made friends from all over. So that was like the coolest part about Kentucky is like making those friendships and like having places to go and stay.
Right.
So
I love that. And you built a little community of people you trust now.
And I was like, if you come to the States, I'm sorry, but like I'll meet you somewhere cool. Like, please do not come to South Dakota.
Yeah.
We have nothing here other than cornfields.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I will meet you somewhere cool.
We'll do something outside of the cornfields.
Yeah, definitely.
Show them corn mazes.
I mean, we can show you some, minimum maintenance back road party.
Yeah.
Like, we could do something like that in the summertime.
Show you a downtown bar.
Yeah.
Hey.
So I don't know. But yeah, you're excited about your raves coming up?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I guess I don't really have much I really want to say other than it's just super exciting. It's going to be on New Year's Eve, so that's going to be, I don't know.
Is outside or inside?
I think it's inside.
Yeah, it would have to be, right? Being in Colorado.
So. Yeah, I think so.
Winter.
Yeah, and so, it's going to be a 2-day festival over, like, New Year's Eve. It's going to be the 30th and the 31st out in Denver. I've heard it's a really big rave, and for people who don't go to raves, they say it's, like, the biggest one. Or people who go to raves, they say it's, like, one of the bigger ones. So I'm super excited about that.
It better be being $450.
It better be because general admission sold out, and now I'm going. I'm already going, so here's my money.
Yeah,
I don't really have the money for it, but here we go.
VIP, but that'll be kind of nice.
It'll be great. You know what? It's going to be a good place to fall in love and meet more people. And I'm just, we have a good group of people going. And in kind of like what you just experienced is having a community of people in other places that can all get together at a location. And you kind of have that bond now.
Yeah, having like coming from such different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And, like I have a friend, the guy I've been like talking to after the trip, not like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was like, wait, what?
No, like he had a lot of drama going on the trip, so I kind of like avoided him a little bit. But watch
this video and then be like, what?
He's such a good vibe though. I really do enjoy talking to him. But he's like in doing real estate stuff, but he's like in Dubai right now, like doing work, and I'm like,
that's nuts.
Like you're in King's Country, like just working, and at this kick-ass hotel. Like, that's just such a crazy lifestyle to me. Like, to be traveling to these crazy places and like also be working. Like, I don't know, just being able to work and also be on vacation at the same time is just like such a surreal life for me. So it's just been kind of fun to like talk to him and like figure out what he's doing and like how he's doing it. Because I'm like, I would love. I'm like, I literally told him, I was like, can I be you when I get older? Like, I just love that.
I love that. That's such an exciting job.
But another girl that I met, she actually has the same birthday as me, just a year older.
Oh, funny.
But she actually like makes vacation packages. So they'll send her on vacation to go check out and like put packages together and like be like, oh, this was a good place to go, this was not a good place to go. And so she literally gets paid to like go on vacation.
That's nuts.
And like that would be kind of hard to be away from home all the time and like not being settled, but also like what a crazy experience to be doing that. You're like, yeah, I'll go to the Caribbean.
I think it's just so important to like go outside your comfort zone to go on these trips, because then you meet people that bring you out of your comfort zone and
like show you a new way of living. A new way of life.
Oh, it's you get people that you made that bond with. Like I haven't experienced that with you. You know what I mean? Like they definitely have that bond with you. So
and like when we would do dinners, they'd call it like family dinner, and I'm like, I love that. So like my Kentucky fam.
Kentucky fam.
Bam. So
not your PP fam?
Yeah. PP fam too. I guess we were all there too.
Yeah, we were all there. That's so silly.
But yeah, so it was just so surreal.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just can't stop smiling. I'm just glowing about it. Like, I'm like dreaming about it.
Dude,
like,
for real.
I'm like, I'm so sad. I want to be back.
I know. That's me after every rave. I'm like, oh, I'm so sad it's over. And I don't want the party to end.
I know. The party life. I mean, it was just so surreal.
For real. And you did it for a straight week. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, 8 days, 7 nights. Well, I guess it was 8 days, 8 nights, because we did get there a little bit early, so we booked a night at the same hotel that we were at.
Oh, okay.
And so that we could, because we got there in the middle of the night, so we're like, we have to sleep. So.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So but yeah, I've also heard of like G Adventures is also a good traveling group.
Okay.
Other like EF Ultimate Vacation or Travel. I don't remember exactly what it is.
Well, you got to write these down for me.
I know.
I'll have to add them to the link in the bio.
Yeah, definitely do something like that. But yeah, so if you're interested in traveling, like this is your thing. This is your sign to do it. I mean, they also
go and do it.
Kentucky also have things that you can do, like national parks, like in America too. So like I feel like if you're not like interested in traveling outside the U.S. quite yet, like that's a good like starting point also.
That's good to know.
I would just recommend like maybe take like smaller trips, like not super far away, and so like you can kind of like build that confidence, and feel more comfortable in going by yourself, or even finding a friend that wants to do it. Like my only thing is I'm having a hard time like finding, like I'm so glad my friend Stephanie came with me, but like everybody else I've asked, they're like, oh, give me 5 years or give me a few years, and I'm like, I can't wait that long though. I don't want to. Like, I'm like, let's just put it on a credit card. I don't care at this point. Like, I'm here to live life.
We gotta get out of here. I live for a thrill. So like going on trips with people are like comforting now to me. Like it's so nice.
It is.
Yeah, once you get over that hump. Once you get over the hump of being uncomfortable, and then you know your way around the airports, you know what to do, then you're good to go.
Yeah, I think my only thing is airports were horrifying to me, but at the end of the day, like I just have to ask for help, no matter how mean they are. I don't care. You just have to ask, and a lot of people are willing to help you, and so
people are scary.
Also, signs everywhere. I was like also worried about the language barrier, but it was not an issue whatsoever.
Really?
So it was. I feel like if you go into these super touristy areas, like all the locals are used to it, and so I feel a lot of people know like very basics.
Sure.
And so
that's good to know.
Yeah, so don't be scared. It's definitely an amazing experience and so worth it. So.
Ooh, cool.
Even if you're scared, fight through it.
You can do it.
It's okay to be scared.
Yep, I totally agree. And
All right, I think that's all we have. I don't know how long that was.
Yeah,
but
I don't know either.
I could talk about the trip forever.
I know.
But anyways, I'm glad that you guys are sticking through it with us, even though we're slacking a little bit.
That's all right. We held off a week so we could give you a better episode.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks now because it was supposed to also another go on yesterday. So
wow. No, just kidding.
Anyways, well, thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe, and if you hated it, that's okay because we are
not that funny.
Thanks, guys.